Welcome to a mindful moment. I'm Justin Epstein, author of the top-selling book Super You and minister of the Unity Center of New York City. Welcome. Today, I want to continue talking about the first skill to develop in developing relaxed concentration. And that first skill, as we said before, is awareness. Awareness. So, awareness, where we put our attention on something, is critical. The more aware of something we become, the more we know about that particular thing, and the better we perform in every area of our life. So, what we want to do is we want to pick what Tim Galway calls a critical variable. In other words, find something about the activity we're involved in, or it can be even an inner attitude, that's critical to the success of what we're doing. Now, I'm going to use a sport illustration and then use a more something involved in our ordinary life. Let's take golf, for instance, since I've been talking about the inner game of golf as the first spiritual book I probably ever read. Let's pretend that the goal was to keep the head still as possible during the golf swing. When you're moving, it could go this way or this way. Or, most touring pros, according to some research, their head only moves about an inch during the whole golf swing, back and forth. So if you wanted to have the head not move much during the golf swing, the typical way of doing it is just tell the person, don't move your head. And then that person tries to not move their head, and then there's judgment. No, you moved your head way too much, or no, you need to stay still more. What we've said before is that awareness needs to be non-judgmental. So instead of judging it, yeah, you did it right that time, no, you did it wrong, you just become aware of what is, of what's happening. So the person would swing and notice how much the head actually moves. Oh, I felt it move about 3 inches that time. Oh, I felt it move 2 inches. Oh, I felt it move 5 inches. And here's the amazing thing. The head will start to adjust and move less, effortlessly, automatically, unconsciously, because we're focusing the conscious mind, or self one, or the ego, however you want to refer to it, on attention. We're giving it something to focus upon, a critical variable. And then self two, your potential, your spiritual nature, the brain, all of your potential, can then make adjustments to help you achieve your goal. I think that's fascinating stuff. And I apply it I experiment with it too in my personal golf game and in other areas of my life as well. So you can focus your attention, your awareness on something critical to your success. Let's say a person is selling to another person. There are various levels of different variables that one could focus upon. But let's say the interest of the buyer becomes a critical variable, which of course it is. The salesperson needs to gauge the interest level of the person they're selling to know what to do. So instead of trying to manipulate or influence the interest level of the other person, you just focus awareness on the interest level of the other person. And voila, that gets the ego, self one, out of the way, focuses attention on a critical variable, and then self two can begin to adjust your behavior unconsciously to help the buyer's level of interest increase naturally in a non-manipulative way and in an effective way. So you see how taking your awareness and focusing it on some important aspect that you can observe that's relative to what you're doing, what you're involved in, will help you, I believe, let God express more fully in what you're doing. We could call it self two, we could call it your potential, whatever we want to call it. But it's very practical, it's very real, it's getting results in whatever you're doing. Now, how do you decide what the critical variable is? Well, you just may know right away and list this is important. If you're sales, well, the motivation, the interest level, you could list a whole bunch of things or whatever thing it is that you're interested in doing. If someone was learning how to drive, it could be the speed of the car. It could be the awareness of your car in relation to other cars. But one of the keys is to just let the divine presence within you, self two, pick a variable. One will emerge. And the key is whatever you focus your attention on that variable will cause the ego to not interfere in what you're doing as much and allow self two, the spirit within you, to learn, adjust, adapt, and help you to do whatever it is that you want to do more effectively. I hope that was helpful to you today. And I sure love this stuff. It's how to bring spirit, bring your potential more into every area of your life. And that's what I'm so interested in. Thank you for listening today. And I look forward to seeing you again for another mindful moment. See you next time. Thank you for joining me for a mindful moment. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more mindful moments as they go live. Click above for a list of previous mindful moments to enjoy on your own time anytime.